Well, hello, One Church. This is Pastor Jamel, and we're still excited about what God's doing this year. We are currently in this series that we are calling Revival, and where we are praying for God to do a revival in the heart of us individually so that it will have an impact on us as a church. And just as God has revived the project of 1212, in fact, as you can tell, we are currently standing at 1212 South 4th Street, just finished meeting with contractors because next week the work begins. So I'll pause for a moment so that you all can take a moment and celebrate what God's doing.
We bop and hippity hop, I'm as happy as I can be. Whoa, boom, boom, and hippity zoom.
We praying for revival, not just for a building, but because we're praying for revival that is gravely needed on the corner of 4th and Oak, believing that God is going to revive our hearts because he's revived this project so that we can bring revival to the people who live in the Old Louisville community. This is what we're praying for, what our hearts are beating for. But you know what's important and essential for revival? If you're familiar with the old adage that tells us that you can't tell where you're going until you first remember where you've come from. And so a major part of revival is remembering what God has done, remembering how he has brought you this far, remembering the struggles, the pains, the hardships that you experience as you walk into this new season. And that's what we talked about last week. That's what recovery is about. It's about remembering what's happened and what's taken place before you go forward. But you know what remembering and recovery is really about? Recovery requires for us to remember the broken pieces in our life, the broken things, the brokenness that exists that seems to prevent us from moving forward effectively. So the question is for you, what brokenness has been hindering you from moving forward? Maybe in 2017 or for years and days past. What is it? Is it procrastination? Is it fear? Is it a lack of discipline? Or maybe you can't even identify it. Maybe you just know that where you are today isn't where you want to remain. And you need God to heal your brokenness. What we're praying for this revival is for God to give us the strength so that we can let go of the broken places, that we may be able to move forward into what he's calling us into.
I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. I don't care.
Like how you're looking like a
Hollywood.